So our mission statement at Pell City and our mission statement at Coosa Valley is pursuing excellence one student at a time. So what I'm talking about today is how we use our mission statement to increase morale between teachers and how we just increase productivity altogether. So my first question, and what's cool about this meeting is that since it's all summer school teachers from all different schools in our district, we can talk about how the things are the same and different at all of our schools. So my first question is, how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of our campus vision? So to make all those big words smaller, how do we implement our change and recognize those who are doing what they're supposed to do, like for the Alabama Literacy Act, and think about like all the COVID rules that came up. How do we support those who are doing what they're supposed to do within our school? So does anybody have anything?
One way we do that is at data meetings, and we celebrate data successes.
Yes, so we all had to write those and talk about what was working in our classroom, what wasn't. So that was nice to.
I really liked how in one of our data meetings, it was just like an open floor for people to talk about the things that they struggled with and get advice from other teachers instead of asking what we are doing great, kind of what we needed more help with.
Yeah, especially for new teachers.
Yes.
We haven't ever done that before. So that's Coosa. Is there anything different that Iowa does? Maybe like teacher shout outs or something? Y'all do anything a little different?
I noticed on the workrooms in here, they have bulletin board and they do teacher shout outs.
Yeah,
So I thought that was nice, yeah. I mean, I guess they do it during the school year and stuff, but if you notice, if you go in the different workrooms on each hall, there's a bulletin board that says teacher shout outs, and different teachers have put up cards and stuff for their co-workers.
Yeah, and I think having that readily available, like go ahead and have some thank you cards and stuff in the workroom. So if something happens, you can go ahead and jot that down, stuff like that. So what about principals? Like what do they do to encourage?
One of this year, one of the things that Melissa did was she went through and did a handwritten note and put it on everybody's car at the end of the day. So when you got to your car, you had a little note from her that just said something. And then she's done a couple other things throughout the year just to kind of let us know that she's thinking about us, especially since this was a hard year for everybody.
It's the hardest year ever.
We get messages all the time through, our what's it called? Not email, chat and stuff. Constantly
I know we
getting
got like
messages.
one time, we got like candy bars and stuff for like whoever turned in their report cards, ready to be signed first. So that was nice because I needed chocolate that day and I got a candy bar.
And we do get shout outs, like whoever's the first one. So that doesn't motivate a lot of people, but it's really good. All right, the second question is, how are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, to our students, and to the community?
I think our school Facebook pages.
Yes, our
I think that's a
PTO
great
page
communication tool we have.
Yeah, ours stays pretty hot. Our parents put stuff on there.
Thank you very much.
We put stuff on there. Miss Hannah put stuff on there. Are there any other community outreaches?
We've done a lot of ours on our website. Now, not the new website, 'cause I'm still trying to get it put together, but the old website, we had a lot of stuff. If we had something happen in the building, we would put that as a splash page on the front. When we had a donation done through, I think it was the Citizen Club, that we put a picture of the people who gave us the money and showed what happened with it and just put that out there as a big thing. And so we try to, give those kudos back to our community leaders in some form or fashion.
When I've even seen when schools do certain things that it's in the newspaper sometimes, like someone will take a picture and write up a little article. I know when Coosa did the community food, I guess, at I don't remember when it was,
At the end of last year.
end of last year sometime, yeah, and we were able to get food out to the community and to students, and there was a lot of communication about that, just publicly about that.
Yes, and again, that goes back to our mission statement, because food helps with excellence, right? Helping them get their work done at home.
Our local radio station sometimes pinpoints things that are going on in our school
They've been
system.
really good about letting Dr. Martin come on and different principals and stuff throughout all this pandemic. Alright, so how does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? I don't know why, but this made me think about the report card and the attendance policy. So we had that huge uproar about that.
I feel like this year has been full of all of those things. We've had to make a lot of changes, and we learned very quickly what would work and what would not, and we made changes when we needed to.
Right, especially with all the COVID
Yes.
those desk dividers and all those things. Yeah. Anything else?
I think we've done that in the data meetings too. You know, we've talked about the ways to innovate your teaching and you know, even talk about our failures in a safe environment as well.
Yes. What did you guys always say? Expect good intentions from everybody. Like even
Yes.
when you say something that they might not agree with.
And I think, and we even like set goals and kind of circle back to, you know, where are you at on your goals? How have we, like, where are you at now? You know, what could you do better? What are you going to continue next year? What are you going to stop? You know, they're just kind of circling back to, hey, it's okay if you didn't meet it, or you did, but what are you going to change about it? So kind of making full circle with our mistakes too and our successes.
At Walmart, we call that inspect what you expect. Because if you don't go back and check, then people don't ever do what they're supposed to do.
When we've all been doing this letters training, and so that, you know, implementing things that you've learned is always risk. There's always a risk involved. So we celebrate that, and then we think about how to make it better.
We were actually talking about that today and how this is giving the third and fourth grade teachers a chance to actually see what they're learning about. Alright, so what processes are used in improvising morale, or improving morale, sorry, which moves the campus toward the realization of the campus vision? So what can we do to push teachers further? I mean, we've had this crazy year where we've given it everything. What would help push you further?
I think success does that. Success breeds success, and we've definitely had some successes, some data successes that we never thought we would have this year, and that makes us willing to or want to know what would happen in a regular year when we implement those same things.
Yes, you know, starting over from doing all those data tests and pushing our kids and ourselves to get it done, even when we were at a full plate.
I think like just this summer program is a good example, because like what we do, and we've planned, and we're doing hands-on, and we're doing things, and then people are taking pictures, and then they're posting it for the community to see, and then parents and grandparents and their kids are coming home and they're talking about it. So like hearing them say, my child is so excited about this, or we're so excited about that, and just hearing that kids are excited makes their parents and grandparents excited, which makes us excited to keep doing it the way we're doing it. It makes it worth it. Do you know like what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you put a lot of hard work into something and nobody recognizes it, you're like, oh. But if you still know it was good, but it's harder to keep going when you're not, when it's not working. But when kids are excited about it, then you're like, okay, I'm doing the right thing, and you know, that's a good, I don't know, it's a morale booster for me. So
Yeah, I love my classroom Facebook page because of that. I don't post a lot to the PTO page because it gets so cluttered and lost, but my parents know that our highlights are there. So, is there anything that you guys do at the other schools? Like Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, I use Cross Dojo as an option. I think we're doing, you know, fun things, science lessons.
I like Class Dojo, but our parents always work with that.
I used Dojo for behavior this year. I'm going to use it more next year for like communication stuff. I'm excited about that.
Another thing, this year, I did a lot of extra pictures because parents couldn't come in, and I printed all the pictures and I sent them so they had a hard copy. So,
I really appreciate
they,
that.
yeah, because they didn't get to take the first day, they didn't get to take this and that, so I did a lot of extra picture taking this year.
I know one thing that we've done here is we have those, and you probably have them too, the little slips that if they're caught doing
Yes.
something good, and we announce those, like they'll announce, and then on Fridays, they'll pull so many amount, and they'll get a little surprise of some kind. Now, we used to come and pick it out, but now, of course, we'll just deliver it, but that helps too, because you see those kids that never get any recognition for anything, and yet they're getting this little thing for, you know, maybe their handwriting was great today, or maybe they did something good, but you can see that kind of boost them. And if you have those kids that are having difficulties in the classroom and they get something good like that, a lot of times that changes them and gives them a better day. So it helps your whole class.
Maybe we need a teacher version of that.
I think we do.
Just something besides, you know, we have the Chick-fil-A teacher of the month, that's the one thing, and the teacher of the year, which is great, but it's also a lot of work. Something that's not so, you know, demeaning. Alright, well thank you guys for coming and helping me with this.